Well, and I was raised with this. My mother's in the back of the room. What a wonderful, loving woman she is. And my father was an intellectual, and he studied, and he pulled for the ageless wisdom. He pulled from all the religions, from the Eastern religions and Judaism and Christianity, and he pulled from Western philosophy, and he pulled from science, and he pulled all this stuff together. And just a brilliant man. Of course, as a high school kid, I thought I was smarter than him. So I challenged him, and I said, well, these universal truths, Dad, if it's a universal truth, it must have universal applicability, right? Well, of course. Okay, love. That's a universal truth, isn't it? That's a universal force. That's a force that flows directly out of the mind of God. And he said, absolutely. And I said, okay, how does love manifest itself in the mineral kingdom? And he said, gravity. And the light bulb went on over my head. Holy cow, that's right. And I was in high school physics, and my physics teacher had just recently defined gravity for us as the force of attraction between all objects that have mass. What a wonderful, I mean, the beginning of it sounds like a definition of love anyway. The force of attraction between all objects that have mass. Now we've reduced it right into the mineral kingdom, and I've seen the force of love manifested from the mind of God into minerals. This is as above, so below. This is the law of correspondences. Look at another one. No, I'm going to talk about love some more. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Love to me is this. Now I'm thinking about gravity, the force of attraction between all objects that have mass. And this is the force that keeps planets in their orbits around the stars. It's the force of love. This is the force that develops between, if you don't mind imagining, the covalent bond between two atoms that share the same electron. That's the force of love manifesting in the world of forms. It's the cohesive, synthesizing force that holds the universe together. It holds your body together. And if you explore your world, investigate your world, and we even caution people to be a seeker, be an open-minded seeker, because if you have the destination in mind, you can lead yourself astray. So explore your world as an open-minded investigator and start looking for signs of love manifesting everywhere. Another instance, I called my father and I said, I found a new one. I found a new manifestation of love. He said, really? Where? I said, well, my son, who was only about 4 at the time, he's almost 6 feet now. I said, he spilled red Kool-Aid on a white carpet. And my father said, oh, and you unconditionally, lovingly forgave him. And I said, no. I said, the bond between the Kool-Aid and the carpet, the affinity that these have for one another, it's unbreakable. Only God could rend them asunder. Explore your world and look for love. That's a true story. You don't remember, but that's a true story. We're going to play with another one that we think is a universal truth. Karma. Who's heard of karma? Everybody. Wonderful. It's this wonderful mystical notion that comes out of the Eastern religions, karma. Who's worried about bad karma? Don't be shy. A couple people. All right, this is especially for you then. There's no such thing. Relax. There's no such thing as bad karma. That's the good news. The bad news is there's no such thing as good karma. Karma plays itself out impersonally. It doesn't care. It is the law of cause and effect. And Newton showed it to us, and Einstein showed it to us with the elementary laws of physics and the law of inertia. That is a universal truth applied to the world of forms. Cause and effect. The pool ball's bouncing around on the table. It's all cause and effect. Where do we see this? Do we see this in human activity? Sure we do. And how many people have seen the movie The Secret? And they're talking, oh, well, if you project something out emotionally or mentally, it's going to bounce back to you. That's karma. And that's where it starts to take on this mystical character, that the way it's taught in the religion. But this is a universal law that you can apply and start looking for it in your life, because if you go push on a wall, the wall pushes back. That's karma, and it's not good or bad. My brother dropped a light bulb one time and it smashed on the ground. He says, is the floor evil? No. It's just cause and effect. It's just the way it goes.